first conversation, and it is with Wimpie Daubert, who is a B-BBEE strategist from Service with Flair. And I just want to find out if he can be able to hear us from his end. Hello, Wimpie.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. Can you hear us properly?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I want to start off things by giving you an opportunity to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the world of business.
Good afternoon, Thandisa, and your listeners. Thank you for the opportunity to be part of your show. My name is Wimpie Daubert, and I reside in the Western Cape, and the company name is Service with Flair. Coming from the hospitality industry, I've always been interested in business, and I've started my own catering company back in the day, and later got involved with BEE. Starting at the bottom, doing capturing work of BEE files, etc., and working myself up to where I am now, where I have my own business again.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I wanted to just give you also another chance to tell us, for someone who doesn't understand or who doesn't know or have never heard of Service with Flair, what sort of services do you offer at Service with Flair?
Service with Flair is a one-stop shop for all your BE requirements. We offer consulting and advisory services to companies to assist with the implementation of their BE transformation. This includes training of disabled unemployed youth at various selected training providers that focus on disability training. And some of the institutions that we're using is National Institute for Development and Training. They are based in Worcester, and Hospitality Training Academy, which is based in Rustenburg. This assists the country to reduce the high unemployment rate. We also assist with selecting beneficiaries for donations on enterprise development, supply development, and socio-economic development, the preparation of your BE file before it's being submitted to the verification agency, and assistance during the verification. Also, the most critical documents that's required for the audit, which is the submissions done annually to the Department of Labor, your EEA2, EEA4, and currently we are busy with the WSC APR submissions, which is being done towards your CETA, and the deadline is 50 April.
Awesome. That's quite a number of things that you guys are able to assist different businesses on, especially when it comes to, the B-BBEE compliances and other compliances that you have touched on. Now, for someone who doesn't even understand, B-BBEE, because today we said the topic that we're going to be having this conversation on is unpacking B-BBEE. Now, for someone who does not have a clue, doesn't understand what B-BBEE is about, and they just hear these words and they don't understand what this is all about, how would you help them to understand what B-BBEE is and its relevance and importance in South Africa?
Okay, so BE is the abbreviation. So the long name is Broad-Based Black Economic Empowerment, and it is a government policy to advance economic transformation and enhance the economic participation of Black, meaning African, colored, and Indian people who are South African citizens in the economy. For example, look at the companies where you procure your products and your services from. Are they at least 51% Black owned to increase your points on your BE scorecard? So one company, in essence, will help another. It is important to South Africa so that as many people as possible get an opportunity to be upskilled in a specific field and then promoted to a more senior level, or to provide unemployed learners with the skill and the skills to be able to find a job or start their own company. Also to assist entrepreneurs with business opportunities, and to assist NPOs and entities to generate income to assist the funding for their relevant initiatives.
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying, Wimpy. And basically, it is to really provide, it's another instrument that the government is using to provide support, to uplift people and to give opportunities to some people that maybe may not have access to these opportunities. Now, when it comes to complying with triple BE regulations, who is required to comply with triple BE regulations?
All right, the first thing that most companies ask me is, if I don't have a B certificate, will I be fined? So the answer is no. It is not compulsory, but as a private business, a valid B certificate could open up more opportunities for you. So other companies, potential customers, is more likely to use your product and services as you will in return give them points on that scorecard. And for majority of tenders, a valid B certificate is also required in order to be eligible for the tender.
And when it comes to getting the triple BE certificate, what do you need to prepare? What do you need to have? Where do you even find it? How do you get one?
So in order to get a certificate, we look at the whole company structure. So there's a lot of documents that is required for your BE file, from company registration documents to financials, employee information, what type of training have you done, who was your suppliers, etc. And then all the documents need to be put in a file. It will then be submitted to the verification agency. They select a sample out of that. It goes almost going back to school. They select a sample, they need to verify the information and then issue the certificate to you.
Now, other people say they can just go up to CIPC or get an affidavit, to confirm that. But now are you talking about the process from when you're a bigger company, or what? Why is there a difference?
Yes, so what I've explained now is for companies that is the larger company. So there's three different categories for certificates. The first one is called the EME, Exempt Micro Enterprise. So that is for companies that start up or if your turnover annually is under 10 million. If you are between 10 million and 50 million, your turnover, then you will be a QSE, a qualifying small enterprise, and over 50 million, you will be a generic. So if you are over 50 million, as soon as a generic, you will automatically have to do an audit at a verification agency. If you are 51% or more black owned, under 50 million, you will fill in either an affidavit for EME or QSE, depending on your turnover, or you can obtain a confirmation on the CIPC website. And then if you are 100% black owned, you are automatically a level 1.
All right. And I know that when it comes to triple BE, another element is that there are different components. There are different components to benefiting on triple BE. Let's call them pillars or components. I want to give you a chance to just touch on them. When it comes to both you being a company, I think, yeah, let's speak at the level of the company. You being a company and you want to participate in the triple BE, what are the different pillars or components at which you can be able to then participate?
All right, so the components, the pillars you're mentioning, we call them elements. So there's 5 elements that you will be audited under. The first one is ownership. So what is the percentage of black shareholding in the company? For this QSEs or generic audit, the minimum shareholding required can be between 26 and 35%, depending on the sector you fall under, for example, ICT or construction. So we've got one basic set of BE codes, but then there's sector codes as well, and each sector has different targets. Then the next one is called management control. This is based on your current payroll at the time of the BE verification. Basically, who is executive and non-executive management, who is senior, middle, and junior management, and do you have any disabled employees in the organization, and you will get points accordingly. Then we have skills development. This is based on a certain percentage of your annual payroll. Which training have you done during the financial period? For example, learnership, external training, or bursaries. And then you get points according to race and gender and disability. The fourth one is called enterprise supplier development. This specific element is broken down into three different elements. The first one being preferential procurement. So we look at all your suppliers that you've used during the year. Do they have a certificate? And you get points according to their level. The second one is enterprise development. The target for this is 1% of net profit after tax in most of the sectors. And this is donations to a company that is at least 51% black owned with a turnover under 50 million. And here the critical part is that can't be a supplier. So it's another company that you assist in by donating to them. The third one is supplier development. The target is 2% of net profit after tax. And the donation is towards one or more of your suppliers that gave you points under procurement. So over and above buying from them, what do you do to assist them? This must also be a 51% black owned or more company with a turnover under 50 million. The last element is socio-economic development. The target also 1% of net profit after tax. And this is donations to NPOs, entities, where you typically get a Section 18A certificate. And the beneficiaries must be at least 75% Black South African citizens. And the benefits reach must also reach 75% Black beneficiaries. Or you can do a donation to schools or individuals for school fees, varsity fees, etc. That is in short the 5 elements.
Very clear, Wimpie. I think I'm very, very much clear that these are all the areas that there are 5 in the main, and these are the areas where businesses can, tighten their screws in terms of complying with B-BBEE. Now, another question that would come up is who actually has the authority to grant B-BBEE certificates or to actually also, conduct those verifications that you spoke about earlier? And I'm asking this in the context of sometimes people will, get scammed because of illegitimate people or anyone being able to do it. So just clarify there so that our listeners can be able to know, what's the safe doors to knock at to, receive assistance with complying with B-BBEE.
Right. The first thing to remember is if you qualify for automatic level, so that is when we complete the affidavit for EME or QSE, there is no charge. You just need to get the right format from the right people. We will send it to you with pleasure. So if you've got the right template to complete it, and then you will get a commission by either someone that can commission it, for instance, your bookkeeper, or you can go to the police station. Those affidavits is valid for 12 months from date of signature. Otherwise, if you need to do an audit, these certificates can only be issued by verification agencies that is SANAF accredited. On the SANAF website, you can find a list of all the verification agencies, and you can see for which sector they are approved to verify and issue a certificate. The certificate is also valid for 12 months from the date of being issued, and you must always use your latest financial period to get a certificate. For example, if you are being audited today, we will use the February 2024 financial period if that is your period.
Yes. And another one that I wanted to find out, Wimpie, is what are some of the things that you've seen within the industry, within the space where people try to cheat the system, where people try to, do shortcuts? What have you seen, and what would you advise people not to do?
So what we have seen in the past is that some companies will complete the affidavit, but they will be maybe white owned or only 20% black owned, and then they are 51% black owned. The reason for that is people take a chance because you just go to the police station or someone that can do the commission of oath stamp, and then yes, now I'm all of a sudden a level 2 or a level 1 based on my affidavit, and now I can get a tender easier. But by the time that the whole tender process is being audited and they ask you for additional information, it comes out. And it's very important to know that fronting is a very bad thing in BE. And you can get a fine or you can get imprisonment if found guilty by the BE Commission. And your name will be everywhere, and that's just a downfall for you. So rather stick to what you have to do, be honest, and that's the only way how you can do things. It's like there's so many, it's like doing your financial audit. You can't hide everything. Sometime, somewhere, it will come out. So, and my rule in consulting, and I always tell my clients, if you have to think more than twice about something, rather don't do it.
That's a very good trick, Wimpy. If you have to think and think again, I stay away
Yeah.
from it. I think that is truly great advice. Wimpy, thank you so much for joining us. I think one last thing before I let you go is if maybe someone wants to contact you directly and have engagement with you relating to maybe consulting on Triple BE or getting advice on how to do their compliance or verifications and auditing, maybe you can guide them in the right direction, and they just want to consult. How do they find you? Please give me the details of how does one, get a hold of you.
All right, the first way would be via email. The email address is bee@swflair.co.za, or the contact numbers is 010 630 0216 or 072 566 8333.
So much, Wimpy, for having this conversation with us, and for coming through and enlightening us just a little bit on Triple BE, just for more context and for more understanding. I think some people don't really get how it works, but after today, I'm sure at least there is a glimmer of light. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity and have a blessed week.
Awesome. Same to you. All right, Mpulapulu Fugadi Community Radio. That